Hey guys, how's it going? This is Tim with SparkFun Electronics. We're here to talk to you today about RFID. So RFID is radio frequency identification. All of these 6 items in front of me today all have 12-digit identification numbers that will tell each of them separate from each other. This is done easily through the ID series of RFID tag readers that we carry. Also, we have the RFID USB card to make it easy to interface to your computer through USB. So we were going to take you through one by one, show you the differences between each other, and also we're going to range test these ID 20, 12, and 2s today so that you can see kind of real world how they act and what they'll do for you. So let's show you guys how easy this is to do. So we'll start with the ID 20. This is kind of the biggest and baddest of the 3. It just plugs right into the headers on the USB RFID. As you can see, it's very simple to use. So the RFID transmits a 12-digit identification number over the TX line. This can be read from any terminal program or the Arduino serial monitor, and if you're using a microcontroller you can tap into the TX line that we've broken out on the board. So we'll start our sketch over in processing. This is going to show us what we're actually scanning. We're going to use the RFID USB board and this ID 20 to start. Later on we'll do some range testing as well. So we're just going to plug in the ID 20 right into our RFID USB board. We have it on this grid so you guys can kind of see a real world display of distance. So we'll take this card number 1 and we'll just put it right in front of the card reader, and as you can see it pops up on our screen as card number 1. Now we can take our button, which is the same technology just in a different format, and pops up as the button. Now we've created these images clearly for this application, but you can do anything you want with this. If you need to open a door or start your car with a RFID tag as your car key, that's a great project you could do with RFID. But each tag outputs a 12-character identification number, so let's do some range testing. Let's start with the ID 2. This is the smallest of the ID series that we carry. This unit actually requires an external antenna that you're going to build yourself. The datasheet discusses how to actually build that and hone it in for its specific needs. We'll show you that without an external antenna, this guy doesn't work at all. So keep that in mind when you're shopping. If you don't know how to make an antenna, you're going to want to go to the ID 12. With the ID 12, the datasheet is saying that it's got a range of about 3.9 inches. So we'll grab our card. Let's see how it actually does. This is about 4 inches. So we're going to start pushing up. So we're actually looking at about 2 inches on the ID 12. A little less than what they discuss in the data sheet, but still it's a respectable distance. Let's see how we do with the button. So the button, we're looking at just about 1 inch. And now for the glass tab. I'd say it's about the same as the button, but still less than the tag. So we'll check out our ID 20. The datasheet says 7 inches, so we'll start at 7. Judging by the 12, we know that it's going to actually be shorter than that, so we're actually looking at 3 inches, so a solid inch more than the ID 12, but definitely not 7 inches. So let's check out the ID 20 with the button. I'm looking at 1.5 inches. So the glass capsule now with the ID 20. I'm looking at just about 2 inches, maybe 1.5 inches. So one other thing with RFID that we wanted to show you is that if you take 2 ID cards and you put them together, you have some issues. Well, sort of. It actually read card number 1 instead of card number 2, even though card 2 was in front. So it's not going to read them both, and sometimes it can actually jam up the system and not be able to read anything. Cool, guys. Well, this is RFID. I hope you enjoyed it, and hope you can figure out how to use it in your next project. Take it easy.
The datasheet lists the maximum possible range based on optimal testing conditions and environments. Our test shows a more real-world example of the RFID reader's abilities. Your final range may vary depending on your environment.